Right now, a Centennial tribute to a beloved entertainer, Dean Martin, who was born Dino Paul Crocetti on June 7th, 1917 in Steubenville, Ohio. Dean Martin, the singer, actor, and comedian, had a career spanning movies, television, nightclubs, and recordings. And here's Dean's most famous song, written by Ken Lane. Everybody loves somebody sometime. Everybody falls in love somehow. Something in your kiss just told me my sometime is now. Everybody meets somebody someplace. There's no telling where love may appear. Something in my heart keeps saying my sometime is here. If I had it in my power, I'd arrange for every girl to have your charms. Then every minute, every hour, every boy would find what I found in your arms. Everybody loves somebody sometime. And although my dream was overdue, your love made it well worth waiting for someone like you. If I had it in my power, I'd arrange for every girl to have your charm. Then every minute, every hour, every boy would find what I found in your arms. Everybody loves somebody sometime. And although my dream was overdue, your love made it well worth waiting for someone like you. Thank you, Sandy Renda. Thank you, Mike Yanuzzi, for helping me celebrate Dean Martin's centennial. I want to give you some highlights on Dean Martin's career. You know, Dean first gained fame as part of the Martin and Lewis comedy team. Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis were a team for 10 years, from 1946 until 1956. They began in nightclubs in Atlantic City and New York City, and then they went to Hollywood, where they starred in 16 movies for Paramount Pictures. Their first film was My Friend Irma in 1949, and their last film was Hollywood or Bust in 1956. And when Martin and Lewis weren't making movies, they were playing nightclubs and appearing on television, most notably on the Colgate Comedy Hour on NBC. Then in 1956, Martin and Lewis broke up the act. Dean Martin continued making movies. Dean proved to be a fine dramatic actor in such films as The Young Lions with Marlon Brando, Some Came Running with Frank Sinatra, and Rio Bravo with John Wayne. Dean was part of the Rat Pack with his famous friends Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis Jr., Peter Lawford, and Joey Bishop. They played Vegas together, and there were 4 Rat Pack movies. The first was Ocean's 11 in 1960, and the last was Robin and the Seven Hoods in 1964. Then in 1965, Dean Martin began his own TV show, The Dean Martin Show on NBC, a variety show which lasted 9 seasons until 1974. And then Dean continued doing specials on NBC, most notably the Dean Martin Celebrity Roasts until the 1980s. Mike Yanuzzi, what are your memories of watching Dean Martin on television?
Dean Martin was on television? Well, I just watched for the Gold Diggers.
Oh, yes.
And of course, he was Mr. Wonderful, right? That was his. That was kind of his theme song too.
Yeah, they used that.
He always used to close his shows, his live shows. He always used to close with Mr. Wonderful.
That's right. He had a great variety show on Thursday nights.
Yep.
Wonderful show. And Sandy, what are your memories of listening to Dean Martin records?
Well, years ago, I learned a song called "On an Evening in Roma." That was one of the first songs I learned. I don't remember. Actually, it wasn't even with the band. It was my singing at different shows. I don't know even what year it was, but that was one of the first Dean Martin songs. Then "Return to Me," "Everybody Loves Somebody Sometime,"
Volare,
right, Volare, and he was fun to watch. A different personality than, let's say, a Sinatra and so on. Very, very casual. He had that swooning effect and so on. But he was fun. I enjoyed his voice also. You know, it was very alluring.
That's right.
You know, if you're a woman listening to it and so on. So he was fun. Dean Martin was fun. Very popular.
And you're going to do a Dean Martin song for us right now.
Correct. That's Amore.
Written by Jack Brooks and Harry Warren and introduced by Dean Martin in the Paramount film The Caddy. Here are Sandy and Mike.
When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. When the world seems to shine like you had too much wine, that's amore. Bells will ring, ting-a-ling-a-ling, ling, and you'll sing It's Bella. Hot swoop late to biddy-biddy, biddy-biddy, like a tarantella, like a fella. When the stars make you drool, just like a pasta bazool, that's amore. When you walk down the street with a cloud at your feet, you're in love. When you walk in a dream, but you know you're not dreaming, signore. Scusa me, but you see, back in old Napoli, that's amore. When the stars make you drool, just like pasta bazool, that's amore. When you walk down the street with a cloud at your feet, you're in love. When you walk in a dream, but you know you're not dreaming, signore. Scusa me, but you see, back in old Napoli, that's amore, 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 that's amore.